Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So we have been discussing Dhana yogas, and Dhana yogas are not just Dhana yogas, right? They are many more than that. You've learned so many techniques in the Dhana yoga. What have you learned? You've learned about your reputation of the family. Where is the Dhana destroyed? Yeah, you have learned swasti, and then you have also learned the amla yogas, where you understand the reputation of your work, of your family. You have also learned the adhi yogas, which is the sixth, seventh, and eighth house from the moon. Then you have learned third, fourth, and fifth houses, from the moon, which is known as turiya. So I hope this was the last lecture you guys remember, right? Swasti, Turiya, you know, Adhi, and Amla yogas, right? Very, very important. I have told you what these houses represent. Okay, so you know all these stuff. If you want me to revise it, we can revise it. But I think you know it, right? That these houses in a horoscope, the first house, the second house, and the 12th house is swasti, which is your reputation. Because 12th house from the moon is your family. So you want to see family, the happiness, you want to see that, you can always see from the 12th house from the moon. Okay, very, very important, right? And on the same time, when we look at the second house, it's about your finances, your money, your work, your workplace. So that is the well-being is seen from the second from the moon, the 12th from the moon, and the moon itself, the lagna of the moon. So that's what is swasti. Swasti means we, our well-being, the personal well-being. And the protection happens in the turiya, which is the third house from the you know uh, from the first house, and then the second house, and that's where the protection is. That's what I was telling and teaching you people, right? And then we have some dangerous houses, 6, 7, and 8, right? And then 9, 10, and 11 houses from the moon is all about your reputation, right? So lots and lots of reputation is seen, your work reputation, your family reputation, all these things are seen from from the amla yoga, the amla houses. Very, very important. Okay, now today we are going to learn something known as yeah, the last lecture was checking 10th Lord Rashi and no planets and its positor. Yeah, but prior to that, this was the lecture, and then came the principle of the 10th Lord from the moon, which is again Amla, right? And the 10th Lord in a journal. So that was there. On the same time, we'll also be checking now the 10th Lord from the moon, which is the Amla thing. But then how do you take it forward? There are certain principles that I'm going to teach. So Shashankji, total principles 13 we have covered?
Guruji, 12.
12. Okay, so this is the 13th
13.
one that we are going to cover. Now, before we cover the 13th principle of the Dhana Yoga, now Dhana Yoga is not exactly the Dhana Yoga. It has covered so many aspects of your profession, whether you can be an employee, or you can be an entrepreneur, or you can work in the country, outside country. If the 10th Lord from the moon is in the movable sign, you can definitely go abroad and work, right? And if it is in the dual sign, it is within the country or nearby the country. If it is at the fixed sign, then the chances of settling abroad is less. And then we check the retrogression of the Lord, right? And all these principles that I taught you, where the settlement is happening for the work in India or on your motherland or away from the motherland. So all these things we have covered. So it is actually a little difficult when you join after 15 days, you try and revise things. Good. Okay. So today we are going to learn something known as Ichha Shakti in the Dhana Yoga. Okay. What is the meaning of Ichha Shakti? Right. And it's a great principle, I must tell you. See, you know what? The most important planet, when it comes to uh, Ichha is moon, of course. Now you should know, first of all, what is Ichha? Okay. So now Ichha means desire. Okay. So Ichha means desire. So whatever your Ichha is, right, actually depends upon, do you have a strong Ichha or a weak Ichha? Okay. Now the desire is always coming from three places in a chart. Okay. So there are three places in a chart which gives you desire. And I will also teach you the desire that completely ruin you and your life. The desire which is very dangerous for you. How to find that thing out in the horoscope. It can be desire for love, for money, for passion, for spirituality. Even at times, the desire for spirituality can also destroy you, because you can leave your family and everything and go away, and it will destroy affection, that affection that you have with the family. So desire is primarily, again, the swasti. Okay, swasti is the well-being. Okay, the first desire of any human being is the desire of well-being. Now, what all three desires that you have? The first desire any human being want is the well-being of himself or herself. So himself or herself is the first desire of being, you know, being fit, being okay, prosperous. Okay, that's the first desire. The second desire is the well-being of the family. That's the most important thing. The third desire that any human being has is the well-being of your work, of your profession, of your money, of your finance, of your wealth. Okay, so that's the second desire, that third desire, I'm sorry, that you have. Right. So from the moon lagna, okay, the first house is you, your well-being, your desire. The 12th house, from the moon is your family. That's the well-being of your family. And the second is the well-being of your work, your profession, your wealth. Now, these three, right? The first house, the 1H, the 2H, and the 12H is the real desire of anybody on this planet. Now, these are very fair desires. It's absolutely fine, okay, to have, well, a desire of a personal well-being, family well-being, and professional well-being. But the most dangerous desire, a hidden desire in anybody's chart, which is a great hindrance to the dhana, to the profession, to the prosperity in anybody's chart, is seventh from the moon. Oh, now remember this. This is principle number 13, right? Seventh from the moon. Okay, seventh from the moon. This is problematic. Absolutely problematic situation. Now, how many of you've got planets that are seventh from the moon? I mean, do you have planets seventh from the moon? Anyone? Just type in, type in, type in. Right? If you do not have planets seventh from the moon, you are so lucky. You're so lucky. Right? If you have planets seventh from the moon, well, it's a very strong desire. You know why? Because you're always looking at a thing which is exactly opposite to you. So what is sitting exactly opposite to your mind, is the seventh house from the moon? Yes or no? Right? Exactly. The full drishti, the full aspect, complete aspect. And the graha drishti is the desire. The rashi drishti is what? Rashi drishti is the shakti. Don't just write I have. right? Just write down what planets do you have so that I can give you some sort of explanation, some sort of, information where you can relate to what I'm trying to say. You should relate, right? People have Rahu, people have Jupiter, people have Mars, a lot of planets. Now, the first principle, if you have a planet seventh from the moon, please make sure, that planet should not be a malefic planet. Now, you know what are malefic planets, know that? Huh? Can I make a list of malefic planets here? Naturally malefic planets, right? So who will help me make? Rahu is the biggest naturally malefic, right? What else? Ketu is malefic. Some people say malefic, some people say it's not. We have Mars, we have Saturn, malefics. We also have Sun as a malefic. So how many you've got? 5 here. Is there any other planet which is malefic? Okay, let me make a list of benefics. So we've got Jupiter, then we've got Moon, then we have Venus, and we've got Mercury. These are natural benefits. But Moon, you can't say anything here because you are stating this principle from the Moon. So let's discard Moon here. Right. So we are going to consider 8 different planets. But I must tell you, I personally believe that all 8 of them are not good in the 7th house. Why? Because there is a very strong hidden desire for the flavor of that planet. Suppose you have Mercury in the 7th house from the moon. What is your desire? Come on. What is Mercury? Mercury is, you're always thinking, learning, reading different books, different scriptures, trying to attain knowledge from wherever you can, business, analytics, finances, thinking of investment, thinking of making things big, calculating so many things. Is it a good desire to calculate every single thing? I've seen people who write their diaries of their daily routine. Even if they spend 10 rupees on a glass of a cold drink, they will write down. They'll come home and write down, oh, they spent 10 rupees on this. And Lakshmi ji hates it. He said, are you crazy? You should not, because excess of everything is bad. At times, you should leave the calculation, right? You should be a sadhu. Sadhu will never calculate anything. What is coming in, what is going out, he's not concerned. Actually, when you calculate so many things, it is rajas. And you know what? Rajas is one thing which can be easily affected by tamas. Isn't? Sattva cannot be affected by tamas. I'm sorry, no. But rajas can be easily. See, rajas can come in the radar of tamas very easily. Very easily. The moment you think, okay, Mercury, huh? Mercury can be positive because Mercury is running towards Sattva, because Mercury is always listening to Jupiter. Mercury is always saying Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Mercury is like Vishnu. Whenever you have Mercury problem, I give remedies of Vishnu. Do Vishnu Sahasranama, pray to Vishnu ji, pray to Krishna. That's the remedy for Mercury. But on the same time, Venus also pulls Mercury. Venus say, hey, come here. You see this car? You see this beautiful girl? Oh, very nice room. Huh? Look at different fragrances. Huh? You want a farmhouse? Beautiful one? You need a swimming pool? Now what is happening? The same planet, Mercury, which is benefic, is now getting attracted to tamas. Right? And what is this person doing all the time? Your wife will say, It's our anniversary, it's our first anniversary, huh? I have decorated my room, and you know, let's let's couple together for some time, huh? Let's do some sort of interesting, things together. But then what is this guy, having Mercury in the seventh house saying? I'm on my last chapter of this book, huh? I'm just coming in 20 minutes, huh? And this guy comes after 1 hour and 20 minutes, and the wife is sleeping, crying, and she says, I am back, and she just throw his hand away. That cannot sleep. Okay, don't talk to me. You wasted my time. Right? Don't even come near me. And then the whole night, half of the night is gone to, express your apologies. That's what Mercury does. And then if you have Jupiter in the seventh house from the moon, which is very good, very, very good for Jyotisha and everything, because you have a strong desire for dharma, spirituality, everything. Fantastic hidden desire if you have Jupiter. Very few people will have Jupiter exactly opposite to the moon. Very few people. And if you have it, you are a very nice soul. But this soul is a pain. This soul is a pain for a lot of people. Wife is saying, oh, it's a Sunday evening and I've bought the tickets for my movie. Let's go. He said, no, no, no. I have a Bhagavad Gita session. I'm going there. There's this, वहां पे गीता चल रही है, मैं वहां जा रहा हूँ, वहां पे भागवत हो रही है, I'm going there. I'm not going to the movie. She's making a very nice, what? Mexican breakfast. Huh? Whenever I talk about Mexican or Italian breakfast, I remember Nandita ji cooking for me. I miss it badly. Those lasagnas and tacos now, amazing. And then what is this guy saying? This guy is saying that, what, abhi uska 1 ghante ka paath baki hai. He's reading Purana. So he will come. You make breakfast, keep it in the tiffin, I'll come and have it Sunday morning. Recording in progress. So what is that? What is that? Is that Jupiter in the seventh house. Strong desire for spirituality all the time. What if you have Mars? You're always thinking of कौन किसको मार रहा है, क्या कर रहा है, what is happening, क्या हो रहा है, क्या चल रहा है. अरे Gaj Kesari Yoga, first understand what is Gaj Kesari. I have a video. A lot of people have wrong assumptions about Gaj Kesari. Gaj Kesari is not a good yoga, I'll be honest with you. Right? It is like elephant and, lion together, Gaja and Kesari. Right? I had a video on Gaj Kesari Yoga. You first understand the meaning of Gaj Kesari Yoga, then you'll realize what is this. Right? It is very good for celibacy, Gaj Kesari. I must tell you that. But then, right, having Jupiter in the seventh house, right, of the moon, from the moon, ladies and gentlemen, right, is very good if you're a sadhu, if you've not married, if you're alone, you're thinking of spirituality, dharma, teaching, Jyotish, Puranas and everything, fantastic. But what if you are a family person? What if you have Venus in the seventh house? Venus is Rajas. You're thinking of luxury all the time. There's a hidden thing which is going. There's a hidden thing which is going inside you about devotion, about luxury. And when you are extremely devoted for someone in life, you are bound to get hurt. You will be hurt. There's no doubt about it. You just show your devotion towards your family. Anyone you are devoted the most to, a small thing that person tell you and says you will be shattered. You'll be shattered from inside. Is it good? Because your desire was to be very, very extremely devotional towards someone. You can also be devotional towards your mind. You can be very devotional towards your manas, which is also not good. because you're always listening to the mind. Hey, if you are in my class, don't listen to your mind. Listen to your guru. That's what my gurus have taught me. Your own thought process, I respect that, but it is nothing. It is nothing. What actually matters is when you align with the thought process of your guru. That's the most important thing. Align. Don't go single. Do not go single. You won't reach anywhere. When you drive a car, your brain, your mind is aligned with the GPS. That's what Jyotish is. When you align with your horoscope and do things, it is fantastic. When you do not align with the horoscope and you do things, you are bound to get losses. Losses can be mental, psychological, physical, monetary, reputation, everything. What if you have sun? What if you have sun? Sun exactly opposite to the moon. First of all, you're always going to think of your ego. Is it satisfied? Am I respected? Am I respected? No, I'm not respected here. I will not go here. I'm not going to go there. No. There are hidden desires of command and power. Right, Shashankji? There's a desire to do a government job. There's a desire to have a contract from the government. There's a desire to have a very strong association with government. I've seen so many people with having sun exactly opposite to the moon. They always ask me the first question, Guruji, can I get a government job? Can I get a government contract? Can I work for government? Can I have authority in my life? You know what? Having a government job is what? It is the most pathetic thing. What I personally believe. Why? Although my father was a government employee for 40 years of his life. Because you don't progress in your life, to be very honest. You don't. You are so stable. You're so stable. You just live your whole life in the same pattern. The government progress, you progress. If the government doesn't progress, you don't progress. If they give you promotion, you get it. If you don't get a promotion, you're fine being a clerk for 20 years. You have gradual growth in the salary. And if there's a gradual growth in the salary, the inflation goes high. It is like the same. My mother says, she used to buy milk 50 paisas. I'm not excited because my Nanu was earning 125 rupees only a month. Now, if he was earning 125 and he was getting 50 paisa as a milk bill for 1 week, fair enough. So it's not like that. So government thinks, son, authoritative, always thinking like that. It is true. Before even the lecture started, I said it is going to be true. It is true. I've seen these concepts on many charts, and they're absolutely bang on. Absolutely bang on. What if you have Ketu here? What do you have Ketu here? Exactly opposite to it. That means Rahu is going to be with the moon, first of all. What if you have Ketu? What is Ketu thinking all the time? What is Ketu thinking? Ketu is thinking to run away. He wants isolation. He wants to cut every relationship. Cut. Cut my family. I don't want. He just want to leave. He just want to go away. He doesn't want to go to office. When you have Ketu exactly opposite to the moon, you have a strong desire for not going to the office. I want to be a Jyotishi. I want to be, can I get a lottery of maybe 100 CRs and then a whole life I will spend in a jungle somewhere. I have my caravan van or something like that. I'll get up 5 in the morning, we'll do 1 hour of meditation, and then sip uh, a Vedic tea, and then I go out, take a shower in a river, come back, have a very light breakfast, and start my work. Little bit of work, and then researching, writing books, meeting and doing consultations to the people, eating just once or twice in a day, and sleeping early, sleeping very early, 8:30, 9 o'clock, getting up early again, 3 in the morning, meeting all the birds and animals. Oh, what a life, yeah. Wow, what a life. And you know, there's waterfall just next to your small hut, which you can see all the time. It's a 365 days waterfall. And there's a beautiful river flowing just next to your hut. And you're healthy. You eat natural fruits, you take natural milk, no preservatives, nothing. And you live for 120 years, right? Wow. Minimum, that's the life which is given in shastras in Kali Yuga, 120 years. What have we done to our life? We are going less than 50, less than 60, 70, 80 point. So Ketu in the 7th house wants to do a lot of research and development. Ketu is also Shodh Karaka. Ketu is also desire, strong desire for the moksha. Kujavat Ketu. Kujavat Ketu, Shanivat Rahu. Remember this also. Kujavat Ketu, Shanivat Rahu. And what happens if you have exactly opposite thing here? You have Rahu sitting in the 7th house. Oh my God. What happens here? First thing, you have a very strong desire for anything which is coming from foreign lands. Rahu is foreign lands, isn't it? It's like going away to the foreign lands, working with the foreign lands, association with people abroad, money coming from exports, imports, IT, multinational company. You work in an MNC. Rahu is a strong desire to attain intelligence, cleverness. That's what Rahu is. That's what Rahu. If you have Mercury and Rahu, you get pretty much attracted towards quick financial gains. People would say, oh, why can't I, put my money in crypto? What is crypto? What is share market? How does it work? How people earn million and million of rupees? It's not the desire, but it's a very strong, secretive desire. It is not a good combination. Because any malefic planet in the 7th house has ability to kill you because of that desire. It also depends that Rahu is heading which house in your horoscope. Is it heading the 11th house, the 10th house, the 9th house? If it is the 9th house, you will have a very strong desire for the guru. You have very high expectations from the guru. You'll always think of getting something guru very cleverly. And if you come over that Rahu, then Rahu is the highest devotee. If you have Rahu in the 7th house from the moon, you can be an extremely devoted person, which is the worst thing in life in Kali Yuga. Because if you are extremely devoted to someone, you are bound to get hurt. A small thing, if someone was extremely devoted to me, I say, please, just wait for 15 minutes, okay? Call me after 15 minutes. You will get hurt. Why did Guruji say like that? I'm so devoted. He said, he will call me 15 minutes and he didn't call me for 2 days. How can he do with me like that? That's what Rahu is. This is natural, no? No problem. You can be stuck, he can be stuck, everyone can be stuck. At times I just wake up at 2 in the night and I see, oh, I was supposed to call this person and say, what is the time happening? 2 o'clock. Right. So I think that person will think either, even if it is a day for that person out there in Australia, or in UK or in US, but it is midnight here. So that person can say, are you crazy? Are you okay calling me 2 in the night? I know it's my afternoon, but are you okay? Right? So that's the constraint. That's the constraint that you have. Rahu, that's Rahu. Such a strong desires in the 7th house that will kill you, your profession. Now, should I tell you one thing? One very blind and a very important rule. Should I tell you? Okay, all those people who have got any planet in the 7th house from the moon should have a back problem, lower back or a back problem. How many of think that if they don't have it, they can have it? Lower back problem, upper back problem, but there will be a problem in the spine. There will be problem in the spine. Kuch na kuch, they will feel a problem in their lower back. They'll think that the lower back is little weak. You see Simranji saying, have it, sir, have it 100%. Back problem, lower back problem. Yes, 2 accident, then the rear spinal. Oh my God, how's that possible? This is how I predict spine issues. Now, what is a spine, ladies and gentlemen? Spine is what you think is your spine, huh? No. When do you say what do you say someone you don't have a spine? Do you say someone you don't have a spine? Oh, you say it to a coward. You don't have a spine. And who is a coward basically? A coward is a great businessman. Hello? Isn't? He's not ready to fight. He's not ready to fight. So at the physical level, yes. Any goddamn planet 7th from the moon will give you a spine problem, physical level for sure. At mental level also, these people do not have a spine to become a warrior or a soldier or to fight back. They will not fight. They'll say, okay, I don't want to, push myself into this कीचड़. They will say what they'll say? कीचड़ में पत्थर मारो तो अपने ऊपर ही छींटे पड़ते हैं. I don't want to get into this nonsense. They will always say like this. They said, मैं इस झगड़े में पड़ूंगी. I will avoid this nonsense. And then the person who wants to fight, what will be his dialect to that person? तेरे में दम ही नहीं है लड़ने का. तू सच्चा होता तो लड़ता. And in America, hey, you don't have a spine to fight with me now. That's what people say in America, huh? You don't have a spine to win. You don't have a spine to fight. But it is actually a very, very sattvic thing if you don't have a spine, okay? You should not have a spine, okay? If you have a spine, you're absolutely a brave joker. You're a brave joker. You're foolish. You're a foolish person. Yeah, I know your mama will not. I know. The moment I see a planet 7th from the moon, I know this person is not going to fight. He's a genuine soul. The problem is I don't have a planet 7th from the moon and I fight. That's my problem. I will fight to the last man, last bullet. That's my strategy in the life. I will fight. I will not let this go. No. You are mistaken. Sorry. I will not let it go. I can let it go for some time, Momentarily, I'll be decent. I'll keep it in my mind, wait for the opportunity, and give it back. That's when you don't have a planet opposite to the moon. But if you have a planet, you'll just let it go. Chhad yaar, रहने दे. That's what is you have when you have planets in the 7th house from the moon. Are you relating to what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen? These are blind predictions, okay? These are what? Blind predictions, irrespective of the Rashi, Nakshatra, Lagna. You can just straight away tell, hey, you have anything seventh from the moon, watch your back. Watch your back. You will have a problem. Absolutely, Neeraj Gandhiji. I know you always say, and you cry and you say it, and that's the best part. That is the best karma that you can do in your life. That's the best karma that you can do in your life. Let me sip of water. Just give me 10 seconds. Thank you. Now, what if you have Saturn here? Huh? Saturn exactly opposite to the moon. But Praveen ji क्या कह रहे हैं? If it is 7th from the moon, Saturn is left. हाँ, अरे प्रवीण जी, आपके जुबान में सरस्वती बैठी है. अभी मैं सैटर्न पे अभी आया था और आपने लिख दिया पहले. जी. What if you have Saturn? Saturn from the moon is always trying to judge people. There's a strong desire to know what is right, what is wrong. What is right, what is wrong. That's 7th. And 7th from the moon, if you have Saturn, these people will not give up easily. They can take a long time. जिस चीज के पीछे पड़ जाएंगे उस पर जितना मर्जी वक्त लग जाए, एक स्ट्रॉन्ग डिजायर होती है कि मुझे कुछ करना है और मैं करके ही रहूंगा, और जब तक उसको वो अकम्प्लिश नहीं करते हैं, they will not. Why? Because Saturn is basically Mula Trikona of the 11th house. There's a persistence effort. Effort to hota hai. There's a strong desire to make efforts. There is strong desire to make efforts, but they want the money to come, with ease, because money for them never come for ease. जिसका भी शनि चंद्रमा से साथ में होगा ना, उसके जीवन में पैसा कभी आसानी से आएगा ही नहीं, और अगर आएगा तो वो पता ही नहीं लगेगा कि कहां से आया कहां से चला गया. उनके लिए wealth creation becomes difficult. They remain hand to mouth, and their desire is to have something big and stable. That's when you work hard, long hours to create stability, and you never get stability. Actually, Saturn 7th from the moon can kill you. Your desires can kill you. Mentally, they can kill you. Psychologically, they can kill you. They will destroy you. For sure. I'm telling you, they will destroy you. If you don't have it, good. That means you don't have any desires that can rule your life. But if you have planets, you will have things. But there is a cancellation to it. Hello. There's a cancellation to it. Just don't go by any planet sitting here. If you have the Lord of the sign in which the moon is sitting, that goes in the 7th house, then this yoga is cancelled. Suppose if the moon is sitting in the sign of Virgo and Mercury or Rahu is sitting in the 7th house, okay? Because Virgo, Rahu is also the Mula Trikona sign, right? And also the Mercury, right? So suppose the moon is in the sign of Virgo and you have Mercury or Rahu in the Saptama sitting there with any other planet, the yoga is cancelled. That means that that person has a long and a very solid spine, because that planet is going to take care of everything. It's a Raj Yoga. that person has a backbone. Did you get it? Suppose your moon is in Scorpio in the Lagna. Yeah, we can say, of course, own house is also Aquarius. Yes, of course. You know what is the problem with the Aquarius moon? What is the meaning of Aquarius moon, by the way? Aquarius moon is also Aquarius Rashi. That's the meaning of Aquarius moon, right? Kumbh Rashi. You belong to Kumbh Rashi in your life, right? The problem with the Kumbh Rashi is the Lagna where the moon is, and the 12th from the moon is owned by the same planet, Saturn, isn't? The 12th house from the moon in the Aquarius. The 12th house from the moon from the Aquarius is what? Capricorn, right? Yes. And Capricorn and Aquarius both belong to Saturn. Huh? So you know what is the problem with Aquarius? Aquarius have only one problem. Just one problem. Aquarius Rashi or Aquarius moon, one and the same thing, right? Has only one problem. That problem is that for them, himself, herself, and the family is same. The dedication towards the family and himself is the same. Is the same. That person is mad for the family. Mad for the family. And what about the Capricorn moon? If you have a Capricorn moon, then the first house and the second house has the same lord. Yes or no? The 10 and the 11. Then that is the best person that you can hire in your company. Because everything for that person is profession as business. He keeps profession and business equal to himself or herself. Mad for profession. And of course, profession is money. You see, these are small observations. I'm giving you small diamonds. You know, collect them, keep it in your safe, and use it when it is required during your consultations. Are these diamonds that you're getting from me? Huh? I took 10 years to understand these concepts. 10 years. Absolutely, Rajeshwarji. Rahu in the own sign cancelled yoga. Cancel हो गया वो योग. Rahu आ गया वहां पे. Spine मिल गई आपको. You got the spine. This cancellation is very, very important. Very important. Yeah. See, that's what I say. Simrati is saying, true, sir. My sister has Capricorn moon, and yeah, she's, you know, I have same as Rajeshwarji, moon in the Leo, Mars and Rahu in the 7th, but he has a Mercury. That's fine. You are a passionate person. With Mars in the 7th house, people are passionate. They always look at things very passionately. If someone is grown in front of them in their career, they will take that person as their role model. They're very passionate. Mangal is passion. Mangal is passion. To have Mangal, you have desire of the desire. You see? You know what I mean? Desire of the desire. You have desires of desires. That's Mars. And desires of the desires is a very strong desire. You have a lot of desires. Be it anything, be it technology, be it research and development, be it married life. It depends what sign Mangal owns. That's how it is. Now, learning different things one after the other. Yeah, of course, you'll see, you will keep learning, and this desire will kill you. Your wife has to be counseled, Moninder, that this guy is going to, always thinking and thinking, मुझे ये भी सीखना है, वो भी सीखना है, बोलो, she will say, Moninder, it's Saturday evening, let's go out for a movie. And you will tell, no, I have a class. It's a very important class now. And Guruji is saying that, don't miss this class. So, Dharam Sankata, what to do? Mercury in the 7th house. Remedies. Raman, it is very difficult to control moon, यार. मनस को कंट्रोल करना बहुत मुश्किल है, बहुत मुश्किल है. आप जितने मर्जी साधु बन जाओ, लेकिन 15 दिन में एक सिचुएशन ऐसी आती है जब मन को कंट्रोल नहीं किया जा सकता. To control moon is very difficult. The only thing the way you can control, the remedy through which you can control moon is by keeping fast of Purnima. Purnima fasting and Satya Narayan Katha can keep your mind in control, your desires in control. You are forgiven from the wrong deeds of the past because of which you are suffering. That's the strongest remedy that I've ever experienced in my life. Purnima fasting and Satya Narayan Katha. Trust me, if you do it with your 100%, you give me feedback after 3 months. Just after 3 Purnimas, you'll say, Guruji, my mind is very strong now. Very, very strong. That's what Parul is saying. I started, helped me so much. It is bound to help you because the blessing is directly coming from the Narayan. Who am I? I am just like that puppet, puck, 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 speaking and telling, do this, do this. But the blessing of this is directly coming from Narayan. Narayan is going to bless that person who is going to fast on Purnima. Yeah, it's burning already. The desire is so strong. It's like burning. Moon on the Dagdrashi is on a frying pan, Is on a frying pan, sunny side up. It's just frying. And that voice is also coming, tick, 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 tick. That's what is there. Another concept, ladies and gentlemen. Another concept. Concept number 14. You want to know where is your strength in the chart, in your business? No, you do whatever business, you would do whatever job, you do whatever profession that you do. I don't care. Wherever the Lord of Moon sign is sitting, whichever house is your strength. Simple. If the Lord of Moon sign is sitting in the 8th house, your strength is occult, hidden, research. For an example, my moon is Vrishchik moon and my Mars is sitting in the 8th house. Now you decide where is the Lord sitting in your horoscope. Which house? Whichever house the Lord of the sign, the moon sign is sitting, you have found your strength there. Simple. 4th house. What is 4th house, by the way? What is 4th house? 4th house is a clear heart. 4th house is working from home. So such people will say, I would prefer working from home rather than getting a lavish office. I have never ever seen Shriya in any other room in my 1.5, 2 years of teaching her. Same bedroom, same bed, same location, all the time, all the classes. She's working in the home. She's a clear-hearted person. That what applies for Sunanda as well, right? They are working home, you know. That is their strength. Their mother can be their strength, right? Mother can be a great strength, right? Fourth house is where you have Krishna. So Krishna becomes their strength. They become avid Krishna devotees. Sixth house, they are warriors. Sixth house are warriors. They will fight back. They will fight back. रोग, शोक, कर्जा, ऋण, बीमारी, शत्रु, लिटिगेशन, उनको किसी की सपोर्ट नहीं मिलता है, वो अकेले लड़के जीत जाते हैं. Sixth house, that is their strength. They are like a one-man army. If you have, all the family will look at them. If you have the moon sign in the sixth house from itself, from the moon, okay, पूरा परिवार उनकी तरफ देखेगा, पूरा परिवार, कि रश्मि जी करेंगे, रश्मि जी कुछ लाएंगे. किसी को दिक्कत होगी, किसी को 10,000 रुपया भी चाहिए होगा, वो रश्मि जी को फोन करेगा, रश्मि जी 10,000 रुपए है, मैं आपको अगले महीने वापस कर दूंगा. रश्मि जी, इज इट ट्रू और नॉट?
100% गुरुजी. जस्ट मैंने अभी 2-3 दिन पहले ही 2-3 लोगों को पैसे दिए एंड इट इज मतलब वो ऐसी स्थिति हो जाती है कि मैं नो कर ही नहीं पाती कि आपके अलावा हमारा कोई है ही नहीं. And none of them are my relatives.
अरे देख लो, they will not return you money, I'm telling you.
और पूरी फैमिली में आई एम द ओनली वन. सब मतलब सारी चीजें मुझे ही देखनी है.
अबे देख लो, बड़ा भाई होगा ना आपका, वो भी आपकी तरफ ही देखेगा. देख लो, ये देख लो, ये हाल है, ये होता है धन योग. हाँ यार, जबरदस्त है. रमन बोल रहा है पापा भी मेरी तरफ ही देखते हैं. अरे पापा का तो हक बनता है आपकी तरफ देखने का यार.
ठीक भी है गुरुजी, भगवान दे भी रहा है तो दे भी रहा है.
हाँ, it is very good. I wish my father was there and he could have looked at me and then he said, Navneet, यार 10-20 लाख देना. I would have given in a second. You know, I would have not thought about it. But he's not there, na? That's the problem. Na? 11th house, परवीन जी. अरे आपकी स्ट्रेंथ समाज है, सोसाइटी है, आपका लिंक है, आपकी पीआर है, वो आपकी सबसे बड़ी स्ट्रेंथ है. एकादश भाव है क्या? पब्लिक रिलेशन. उसी पे आप जीवित हो, उसी पे आप जीवित हो. पब्लिक रिलेशन, वही 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 आपकी ऑक्सीजन है, वही आपकी ऑक्सीजन. Ninth house is guru. Your guru, your post-graduation, higher learnings can be your strength. You have to realize it. Spirituality, dharam, pita, that's ninth house. Dharma, ninth house. Huh? That's your strength. Second house, what is second house? Second house is the ancestral things that you get, maybe from mother, father, you know, your kutum, not kutum. Actually, second house is the ancestral thing, you know, कि आपको घर से मम्मी की तरफ से कोई घर मिल गया, पापा की तरफ से घर मिल गया, वो आपके जीवन की बहुत बड़ी स्ट्रेंथ होती है. संस्कार, आपके जो माँ बाप ने आपको संस्कार दिए, वो आपकी स्ट्रेंथ होती है, which comes from the second house. Seventh house is the strength of association. आप जिसके साथ एसोसिएट हो गए ना, वो आप पे जान छिड़केगा. अगर आपका लॉर्ड, एंड यू हैव स्पाइन टू डू सम एसोसिएशंस, रिस्क. आप बोलो मैं आपके साथ एसोसिएट होती हूँ, हम मिलके काम करते हैं, आपके मन में चाहे मन ना हो, खोट आ जाए, लेकिन वो बंदा आपके साथ काम करेगा अगर उसकी कुंडली सही है. सो एसोसिएशन बिकम्स द बिगेस्ट स्ट्रेंथ. एसोसिएशन बहुत बड़ी स्ट्रेंथ बन जाती है. That's very important. If the Lord is retro, then you have to go back and analyze yourself every time about your strength. It's like, you know, जैसे वो VCR टीवी होते थे ना पुराने जमाने में, वो फिल्म को बैक कर करके देखते हो, जैसे आप मेरी वीडियो सुनते हो, जब कॉन्सेप्ट समझ नहीं आता, यू गो रिमाइंड एंड यू लिसन, वही 10 मिनट फिर से दोबारा 2 मिनट पीछे जाते हो, फिर आगे आते हो, पीछे जाते हो, आगे आते हो. दैट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ रेट्रोग्रेशन. You have to go back and realize your strength every time. Every time you have to go back and tell Parul, you have this strength. Okay, believe in yourself. Believe. You have to tell this to yourself every time if there's a retrogression. The belief of the strength is slow. You take a long time to believe in that. That's retrogression. What is this? What if 8th house, Rashmi ji, 8th house is mine? Occult sciences, shastras, Jyotisha, they become the strength. In the beginning of your life, your in-laws can become your strength. Later on, they may not be, depending upon the
My
position.
daughter is having.
Yeah. So she'll be married to a very good house, I must tell you. Her in-laws will become her strength.
Okay.
उसकी शादी अच्छे घर में होगी, देख. भगवान करेगा, हम आशीर्वाद देते हैं.
Thank you, Guruji. स्वाति नक्षत्र है इसका.
जी. This we have to see from the moon chart. Yes, Praveen ji, we are talking of the moon chart only right now. So 10th, if you have 10th, Yamraj is your strength. Now what is this Yamraj? अरे दशम भाव के में यमराज बैठे होते हैं. कैप्रिकॉर्न यमराज है ना, मकर राशि यमराज है, यमराज की राशि है, वहां बैठते हैं. सो अगर 10th लॉर्ड, अगर आपका मून साइन इज इन द 10th हाउस, व्हाट इट इज? ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन. यमराज का काम है ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन करना. आपकी ना ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन बहुत बड़ी स्ट्रेंथ होती है. आप जो है तमस से रजस, रजस से सात्विक बड़े जल्दी हो सकते हैं. आप चेंज हो सकते हो. आप बॉडी को से कभी मोटे हो सकते हो, कभी पतले हो सकते हो. बड़ी जल्दी ट्रांसफॉर्म कर लोगे. माहौल में आप बहुत जल्दी ट्रांसफॉर्म हो जाते हो. You know what, if it's conjuncted with the moon itself, then what happened? Very interesting question. You are dependent on that person for the strength. Suppose अगर मून के साथ मरकरी बैठा हुआ है, तो मरकरी आपके बहन भाई हैं, या जो भी आपकी कुंडली में मरकरी जिस भी रिश्ते को रिप्रेजेंट करता है, आप उसके ऊपर डिपेंडेंट होगे. आप कोई भी डिसीजन लोगे उससे पूछे बिना नहीं लोगे. ऑलवेज यू विल, ओके आई हैव टेकन दिस डिसीजन, लेकिन मैं एक बार गुरुजी से पूछ लूं. दैट्स इफ अ प्लैनेट इज सिटिंग विद द मून. डिपेंडिंग, मैं अपनी पत्नी से पूछ लूं. मैंने डिसाइड कर लिया कि मैं आप लोगों के साथ चलूंगा घूमने, लेकिन यार एक बार पत्नी से पूछना भी जरूरी है, माँ से पूछना भी जरूरी है, भाई से, पिता से, गुरु से, टीचर से, बॉस से. Because your moon is dependent with that person, on that person, if you have a planet sitting with the moon. Guruji, if it is the 12th house, I think isolation and meditation will be absolutely. Isolation, meditation, sleeping is your strength. You regain from sleeping. Family is your strength, because 12th from the moon is your family. Your family is your biggest strength. They stand by you. The people with whom you had physical relations, 12th house, they will be your strength. Be it your girlfriend, be it your in a living relationship, be it your wife. Communication, younger brother, 3rd house. Prakram is your strength. You have that hidden prakram. You're like that one-man army again with 3rd house. 5th house, your love is your strength, love of your life. 5th house is love of your life. Mantras is your strength. I have never seen a student doing more mantras than Disha. Never in my career till now. She does mantras in lakhs. 12 लाख, 15 लाख, 6 लाख, 8 लाख. उस दिन पता नहीं कितना 11,000 किया इक्लिप्स वाले दिन. उसको 1000 से मल्टीप्लाई कर दो, कितना लाख हो गया. वाह. एक बार मंत्र 1000 टाइम था उस दिन. अभी फिर से अपॉर्चुनिटी आ रही है नवंबर में. फिर ग्रहण आ रहा है. एक मंत्र बोलते हो ना ग्रहण में, एक मंत्र इंटू 1000 कर लो, मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 1000, कितना? 1000. 108 बार एक मंत्र बोला तो 1000. हाँ, अरे 10,800 सोचो. I know I'm not mistaking. I know, Nikhil, but you also. You
Yeah,
showed.
I do it. Yeah, I had written it to you, and I use Abhijit Muhurat, morning sadhana, lots of, and after sunset also. So before, that's why I came late for the class today. I was completing whatever I had to in that schedule.
सुन रहे हो आप लोग? देख रहे हो आप लोग? ये मैं बोल रहा हूं. समझ रहे हो कितना एक्यूरेट होता है ज्योतिष? इसको बोलते हैं प्रिडिक्टिव ज्योतिष. ये कहानियां नहीं है, ये रियलिटी है. ये रियलिटी चेक किया हुआ है 4,000 हॉरोस्कोप पे, मोर देन 4,000 हॉरोस्कोप पे रियलिटी चेक है. ये ड्रामा नहीं है, ऐसन वैसन नहीं है ये that you see on YouTube. Guruji, what is the moon sitting in the same sign, Cancer? And I know you got explained it's difficult anymore. It's very difficult, yeah. Actually, your mind is the strength itself. I'll be very honest. उसको अगर आपने समझ लिया. And what is Manas? Manas is Krishna. So if you want to make your mind strong, you have to become a Krishna devotee. Simple. You have to become a Krishna devotee. You have to do Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. In the Abhijit Muhurata, do 16 rounds and give me feedback in 3 months. You'll be like rock solid. Third house means strength is your communication. Strength is your younger brother, of course. Strength is your writing. Your writing is your strength. Communication is your strength. Beginning of new things is your strength. Anything begins from the third house because in the third house you die. What is death? Death is a new beginning. You want to start something? It's your strength. Beginning of anything is your strength. Absolutely, Simrati. You are correct. You are not wrong. ठीक है. अभी 2 बड़े बड़े प्रिंसिपल्स हैं जिनको सवा घंटा चाहिए और tomorrow I am traveling